Hi everyone, my name is Vaughn Hatton, and I'm running for the Republican nomination for Congress in Utah's 2nd District. I'm not doing so because I believe that the representation here in the district is poor, but because I believe I can do even better when it comes to meeting the goals of the Republican Party. Most Republicans will tell you around the country that they're for standing up against Obamacare and enacting entitlement reform and so forth. And that's great, every one of us wants those things. But instead of talking about what we would like to do down the road with perfect political conditions when we have the Senate and the presidency, we need to be working in the here and now to persuade the American people across the country that our ideas do work, that our ideas are successful. Why not tell them why it is that Utah has a balanced budget and a vibrant economy, and why it is that California is on the brink of financial ruin and needing to ask for bailouts from everyone else to keep going? There are a few Republicans who are trying. Representative Chaffetz, last year alone, had over 60 national televised interviews, speaking to millions of voters nationwide about what we believe. Mike Lee had 45. But the vast majority of Republicans on Capitol Hill never even made the effort or attempt to engage in the national dialogue. Instead, they've taken to this idea that I'm sure you've all heard many times before, just be patient and let Obamacare implode. Just be patient and let the Democrat Party destroy themselves. We don't have to fight for the vote. We're the only other party on the ballot. So when the Democrats push the voters away, we'll be able to get the vote by default. This is wrong, and you deserve better than that. When the Constitution is violated seemingly on a daily basis by this president and his administration, and by the way, have you ever tried telling a young person that the Constitution is being violated by President Obama? I have, and their response to me almost invariably is, so what? After all, from the moment that they've been turning on the television or going to school, they've been told that the Constitution is an antiquated document with no place in modern society today. But we owe them the truth. The Constitution is not some irrelevant document, but it was the key tool that our founders used to turn a dream of liberty into a functioning nation. A nation that tens of millions would have flocked to from every corner of the globe in search of freedom and a better life for them and their children. A nation that would liberate hundreds of millions more from the evils of communism and fascism and place its flag on the moon. That's the nation that the Constitution has allowed for. And we have a sacred duty to pass down that Constitution in this country to our children and grandchildren, unscathed by politicians who believe it is their right to reshape this nation in their own image. It isn't enough to go back to Washington, D.C. and go behind closed doors and try to implore the Democrats to see reason. They're not fools. They know the legislation that they're passing. They see, just as all of us do, the devastation that it causes to America and its economy, and they push forward anyways. When President Obama says that he'll take good ideas from anywhere, that he doesn't care who gets the credit, do we really believe that? Of course not. It reminds me of an old Navajo Indian saying that you can't wake someone up if they are pretending to be asleep. And so it is with the Democrat Party today. So instead of talking to them, we need to speak to the American people. Thomas Jefferson wrote a letter to a friend of his with some unpronounceable name in French. I won't even try. But it was about an uprising. There were people in his area who were trying to incite the people to anger and rebellion against the government. And Thomas Jefferson, the words that he wrote to him, ring down the ages and illuminate our present. When he said, "Enlighten the people generally, and tyranny and oppressions of body and mind will vanish like evil spirits at the dawn of day." And so we too must talk to the American people, tell them what it is that government's all about, why the Constitution is so important to follow. I promise that if allowed the honor of representing Utah's 2nd District back in Washington, D.C., that I will not just represent your ideas to the few bureaucrats on Capitol Hill, but I will represent your ideas to the rest of the American people so that we can get more Republicans back in Washington who believe as we do and get America back on track. Thank you.